This is Lost Planet 3, the most recent entry in the series, and the one that killed the entire franchise. They tried to do something different, and it just didn't work. Anyways, we're here on Xbox Series X taking a look at the game. It's like 720p, we have auto HDR support. And, yeah, this was a very interesting take on the series, and I guess to showcase the beginning of the game, I had to overwrite my save. This right at the end of the game, which I beat, so, yeah, I hope I don't need that save for any reason at some point. So, anyways, there's a campaign and there's multiplayer. The concept of Lost Planet, which I want to say is a phenomenal series. If you can play 1 and 2, they're fantastic games. Really well done titles. The gist of it is these people are on this like snow planet. They harvest this energy, this TNG stuff. It's this orange goo. There's these giant like arachnid type monstrous bug things you fight. The first game, it's really snowy. The second game, everything starts to melt. This one, it's snowy. And, yeah. It's Lost Planet 3. It just this very emotional start up here. Really sets the stage for the action that's to come. So you kind of follow, like, a singular sort of person in this one. And part of their job is all the stuff that's going on here. And again, this wasn't well received, and this literally killed what was one of my favorite franchises at the time. So yeah, it is a prequel. It follows Jim Payton revealing the events that led to the first game.
He never got the chance.
And he's telling the story of how he came to be on E.D.N 3 50 years earlier, looking to support his family.
I was 32 when they recruited me. A bold and lucrative opportunity to be part of an expedition to an unexplored world. 50 years ago now. 50 years of living.
No, they're acrids to clear it up, not just arachnids. They're called the acrid.
I damned us all.
There he is, all young and hopeful and excited. Now, a big problem of starting your game, or your story, by showing your character in their old age, it means no matter what happens, they survive. It takes away a lot of the, the danger and all that. So you're also like running like a rig, and there's collectible audio type things you can gather, and loading a little bit snappier here. Looks like it's still pre-rendered. Actually, this might be gameplay now.
God damn, it's cold. How long you reckon before they come for us?
Depends on how off course we were blown by the storm. However, it appears the transponder guiding our welcoming party to this location was lost in the crash. Without that, our odds of survival are remote. I suggest we find it.
Stay here while I track it down.
So yeah, they definitely went in a very different direction with this one. I think this is like 30 FPS. Yeah, it kind of feels like it. Anyways, you've got your goals. It's kind of, I think it's mostly linear, you would say. Like I said, there's a big rig thing you're drilling, but it's still got some action stuff. It's Yeah, you can choose core quests, there's side quests, helping out the colonists, you know, things like that. And thermal energy isn't tied to your character's life anymore, and instead it's like a currency. And it's got some like role-playing type stuff to it. I mean, like when I went and I looked at my game time on this one, the late save I had at the end of the game was like 9 hours, so it might actually be a pretty lengthy sort of story, I suppose. And the multiplayer, I think, was alright, but I don't know, you know, if I loved it as much as I did the later ones. So keep that in mind. And I might try to have some multiplayer at the end of this one, but, you know, I'm not entirely sure if I'll be able to do that, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, the character model actually looks pretty good. I guess this was a later 360 title. So this one would have been one of those ones that was pushing the hardware a little bit more. Yeah, this was a very late in the life 360 era title, that's for sure. Because it does actually look pretty decent, but then again, there's a lot of like sort of storm and darkness to it, so that hides a lot of you know, jagged type edges that might appear. Like it does look kind of decent for its age, but I think once we get to somewhere where it's a little bit less chilly, we'll probably see, you know, a difference further. And again, you know, if you can play Lost Planet Colonies, I believe is the ultimate version, and Lost Planet 2, you'll definitely get good value out of those ones. Well, I think maybe for Colonies, it was more the multiplayer and stuff I really loved, whereas the second one, really cool for the campaign and with the multiplayer too. Are they just on like a loop or something? Oh, those things are going by. Quick time events, so hot at the time. Oh wow. Nah, look what it is. Well, the BS suits.
The cavalry has arrived.
Thanks for the save. I owe you one.
Oui, oui, le roi, c'est moi. Time it up for that later. Head back to the supply drop and try not.
Did it just fade into a loading screen while the guy was talking to me? And now it's like a blue loading screen? That's odd.
Kovac, Dr. Kendrick Kovac. Don't call me Kenny.
Hey, my name's Hutchings. Friendly Frenchman's LaRoche. So, you're not packing a long-range firearm, are you?
Not on me. But somewhere in that ship, I got a 30-06 old family heirloom. No idea where it's packed. Got my pistol, though.
Good enough. Give me a second.
I'm going to retire to the relative safety of the interior. Good luck up here.
Folks are lucky you made it down in one piece. That storm came out of nowhere. Dr. Roman insists your entry corridor was clear, so who knows what that was about.
She's been wrong about a lot of things lately. Oh, what magnificent specimens. Please, kill them.
So this is what the recruiter meant by non-aggressive indigenous creatures.
Non-aggressive indigenous creatures.
Oh, buddy, you're gonna learn to take things Nevik tells you with a grain of salt. In fact, some days you might need a bucket of the stuff.
You sound like Diaz.
Hey, say what you will. She raised some valid questions.
Yeah, sure. You mean she blathered insane conspiracy theories every time you're trying to drink in peace?
See, this looks a lot more jagged
If you accuse it of such things,
around a lot of the ice and everything like that.
she's the one you're replacing. A contractor like you and I. Until she disappeared.
Man, this supply drop couldn't have come sooner.
Oui, the very stale. And also the pornography.
I bet Braddock's got... Oh, son of a bitch!
What's happening up there? Have you been killed?
No, I made it in one piece somehow. What now?
Your environment suit is within umbilical range of my rig. You should be seeing extra tactical readouts. Minimap, radar, loadout details, as long as you stay close to the rig. Tu me comprends?
Good deal.
Use your radar to see advancing enemies. Look now!
Use the radar to spot nearby enemies. My goal is to stay alive, that's fine.
Hey, newbie!
So anyways, it's kind of like an action sort of experience. They wanted to take the franchise in a bit more of a mainstream type direction with it, I guess. So it does kind of feel a little bit more like, you know, Gears of War, I want to say, or, you know, similar third-person action games of that time. And even, into nowadays, most games are sort of like this style. You know, narrative-focused, over-the-shoulder type third-person survival light games, but this one not necessarily as survival-esque, more, you know, action shooter.
Right? See if you can repair this thing.
Yeah, I see the problem. Give me a second.
Newbie, know how to repair? First, you have to find the proper repair frequency.
Yeah, thanks, boss. I know what I'm... Okay, you're all set.
Heads up. You got incoming.
Kind of looks like Nicolas Cage, now that I'm thinking of it. You think they'd give him like a gun or something? Like a proper gun. So anyways, yeah, overall, it's okay. It's alright. Nothing amazing. Again, kind of a little disappointing compared to the other ones. I think it's a fine playthrough, though. If you go and work through it, you'll find it interesting. You know, I don't necessarily feel like huge issues with it, other than the fact that it killed a franchise I really liked, but, you know, it's a very okay game. It's a very alright experience. You do get some decent playtime out of it.
Baptism by fire.
Yeah, not a whole lot to talk about on this one that I haven't already mentioned. We're just going to show off some more gameplay and everything like that so you can see it. But yeah, Lost Planet 3. What a time.
You weren't her only friend on this base. We all miss Diaz. But I tried to warn you. Nevik would never use that as an excuse until they started seeing results.
It's not about Jeanette. You know it's not.
Oh, so you're still blaming me, though?
I never said that.
You didn't have to. You just checked out.
They're looking for something that doesn't exist. I'm directing my efforts where the science leads. That used to matter to you.
It still does, Bonnie, but this isn't my call. Nevik is footing the bill for this operation. They insisted.
And that's it. Not a peep from you.
Not a... It's only because of me that you still even have a job here.
Oh, yes, a job answering to...
Oh, and there's space pirates. I forgot about those things.
You made it in one piece.
Yes, it's been an eventful morning. Bill Braddock, I presume? To Roman? And some time.
Feels like yesterday, Kenny. You'll excuse me.
Okay. And you must be Jim Payton. Yeah, you really stepped up out there. You must have a million questions. I hope you don't mind being thrown into the deep end.
Sir, I'm here to work. All I need to know is how a man can earn some credits around here.
Thermal energy. That's the name of the game.
Acrid blood? Hate to tell you, boss, we just spilled gallons of this stuff.
Oh, it's well more than that. Flows through everything on E.D.N. 3. Creatures, tectonics, all the way down to the core. It's what makes life possible in a climate like this. No other substance like it in the universe.
And Nevik believes this can solve the energy crisis on Earth.
Oh, I believe it can. We're here to study it. Find a way to make it viable, cost-effective for harvest and export. We are leaving no angle unexplored.
Very good. Science is always best, without boundaries.
Peyton and I got a lot of contracts that'll keep you busy. Construction, repairs on the base, but if you want to go home a rich man, you'll take on that hazard pay. Keep us supplied with this stuff.
Yes, sir. Just point me to my rig.
Peyton, I can't recommend strongly enough that you visit the quartermaster and get yourself a good hunting knife. You've seen how up close and personal the acrid can get. But first you want to head down to the service pit and inquire with our lead tech, Gale, as to the status of your rig. Welcome aboard, Jim. Doctor, if you'll stay and chat. Sorry you had to see that. You know Bonnie can have a...
So anyways, yeah, Lost Planet 3, hype. So yeah, we were actually able to find a multiplayer match. This is like the survival type setup. It's still kind of like competitive Nevik versus the Snow Pirates. And then there's more direct competitive matches as well. There's that signature zip. The grappling hook's like a big part of the franchise if you're not familiar with Lost Planet. But yeah, it seems like you actually find some matches. So that's kind of cool. Ow. I want to escape though. We're stuck in such a tiny area. As you can tell, this is real action-packed stuff. But it's cool, you know, multiplayer-wise, to see everything in action still. It's kind of neat. Yeah, for these things, we are supposed to be shooting the orangey parts, because that'll do more damage against them. Oh, jeez. I will revive you, my friend. You're not dead yet. My face was eroded. I'm bleeding out. Love how I save that guy and then I start dying. Oh, you're not gonna come save me? That hurts my feelings. Come on, Bezino. Come on, be a team player. Get over here. I believe you guys can save the day. I mean, I saved you. Come on, give me a hand. I believe. So, I mean, I think the multiplayer was decent in this. From what I remember. Seriously, guys? Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna tap out. They killed us. Damn snow pirates. Guess I died again. Anyways, I just wanted to show off some of the multiplayer just so that you can see in action, because, you know, it's neat. It's different.